All right, what's up, everybody? It's mid-July. I don't know. June 9th, actually.
June.
And Gym Therapy Inc. I'm going to be here by myself this week with Bob Jones. Listen, Trista couldn't make it, but
why?
We're to prior commitments.
Yeah.
We're gonna
have any.
Yeah, I know you don't have any commitments.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Nope. Let's get going.
All right. This is Bob Jones. We're going to cover some things on OCD today. Bob has a disorder he wants to talk about. He actually doesn't want to talk about it, but
nope. He's been asking me to talk about it, and I don't want to talk about it, but I do. It don't bother me, actually. I'm just kidding.
Good. If you're watching on YouTube, you probably have the same question I have. We'll start out with, Bob.
Yeah.
What's it like having a head shaped like a tater tot?
It's different. Separates me from everyone else.
Good for you.
So my mom told me. Thanks.
I'm proud of you. So, some things that have been going on recently. We got new members at the gym coming in. We're going to start a 55 and older class at Greenfire CrossFit. So check out Greenfire CrossFit.
Greenfire.
Yeah.
Thanks for the roses.
Anytime. I
see that on TikTok. They give them roses money.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
All right. You know what I mean. Yeah.
But some changes coming. We'll keep you guys posted here moving forward. But do you want to just kind of get into this, Bob?
Well, I don't know. You can ask me that. I get OCD. Do you know what it stands for? Obsessive
compulsive disorder.
Yep.
Did you know that?
I did. I learned that not that long ago, actually. And I was like, why are they called OCD? And it actually meant something. I'm like, well, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Obsessive compulsive disorder.
That's called an acronym.
Yeah, and really, I mean, when I got it, you said, well, you wrote some note down for me because I was here early and you were a little bit late, but you said 2.2 million adults are affected by it?
Yeah, and I think that's worldwide. So that would also be documented.
I mean, that's not really, it feels like it's not a lot. I thought it'd be a lot more.
7 billion people.
Right. So you do the math because I'm not. But 2 million into 7 billion, that's like 2%. I guess that's high for a disease, or if you call it that.
I don't think that's 2%.
It's like
0.07.
0.07, same thing.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And I feel like, people don't really understand. Like some people say, oh, I have OCD also, Bob. I have to touch a light, like Meg said yesterday, remember?
Yeah.
Like I got, and she probably does to a certain extent. But people are like, I have to touch a light switch 3 times, and I have to, wash my hair every day. I'm like, no, that's not what OCD is.
Yes,
like,
and
it affects your life.
Yes, we're going to get into that a little bit. Okay. But there's a difference between someone that is a perfectionist and someone that has OCD.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. Don't do that. No, I have to touch it. See, now, like, they're right there. Like, if I touch something, okay, I'll just get into it. So, when I lost my mom, I was young, but not that young. I was 19, I think. My sister was 17, 16. My brother was 13, 12, whatever. And, the doctors claim it's inside of everyone, but it's usually something bad happens in your life. I don't know if you read anything like that.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes they call it like a splintering effect. It maybe not be one big thing, but it can be multiple little things, or obviously one big thing.
Yeah. You stub your toe. Dakota don't call you.
We have a new guy. Dakota's going to do some audio video editing. He's sitting on the side listening.
Yeah, that's why I said Dakota.
He's going to be producing.
I just met him today. He's from California. And, but yeah, what was I saying?
If you stub your toe.
Oh, no. But, so it's inside your body. So if something happens big in your life, it's your fault, your parents get divorced, if you know what I mean? Like, I lost my mom. So then all of a sudden, I had to start doing these rituals, touching the ground, touching things, and it got progressively worse. In my mind, if I don't do these rituals, or like when Mingle touched me with that, I have to do it or I can't continue with my life, or something bad is going to happen to my family. I know it sounds crazy. Bob, if you don't touch the ground 7 times, something bad is going to happen to your family. I know that sounds crazy, but I have to do it to continue on my day, or I can't.
Yeah, obsessive compulsive disorder features a pattern of unwanted thoughts and fears known as obsessions. These obsessions lead you to repetitive behaviors, also called compulsions. These obsessions and compulsions get in the way of daily activities and cause a lot of distress. Does that sound like basically what you just said?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Ultimately, you feel driven to do compulsive acts to ease your stress, and it makes you feel better after you do stuff. Do you legitimately feel better?
Yeah, after you touch me and like that. Yeah.
So Bob and I used to...
All right, I'm good now. All right. We used to what?
We used to work.
Work together.
We used to work together.
Yeah.
And my office had clear glass, but you could see through it. like Troy's office. Like
Most glass you can see through, right?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that called a window?
There was a clear glass like a window, but you could see your reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I would be sitting at my desk, and I'd look up, and Bob would be walking past my office. And at the time, one of his compulsions was he had to see the backs of both of his hands and both of his ears at the same time.
Oh, yeah. How did I do that? Was that the ears thing, too?
Yeah, you would be real
I did
square. And I'm laughing only because you're.
Well, I still do that in the mirror, actually. I still do that because I still have to see both ears. Actually, I do that in the mirror still when I get out of the car and stuff.
Yeah. So I would just be sitting there, and I'd walk past, and Bob would be doing this with both hands and both ears.
Yeah.
And then I would have customers in front of me, and you would, just to make sure like the sale went through and everything, you'd always come in my office and you'd touch the light socket over and over and over again.
Yeah, because it was white.
Yeah. Oh, tell us about that. What's with the colors?
Yeah, the colors thing is like, so black signifies not being alive anymore. Brown.
Real quick, why do you say not being alive?
Because I can't say the D word or the K word. Like, I say oof. My kids say oof. Like, I don't know. Martin Luther King got oofed. He didn't get shot. Like, I can say shot, I guess, but I can't say the word. It means you're not alive anymore.
Just bothers you.
Yeah, because I don't know why. I guess because my mom's no longer alive and she was oofed. So my kids will be like, oh, I oofed him. And their friends are like, what? So now their friends know not to say it when they're online playing together. It's because I can hear it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of weird. But yeah, so I can't say the word. But red means blood. And I can wear black shorts because I have tighty whities on underneath. They're white, so that's legal. I know. Sounds crazy. I'd wear tighty whities anyway. But
what about your really tiny legs?
That has nothing to do with OCD.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with this. Are they still little?
Yeah.
You said this is a rooster's nest. Is that what this is called?
You're they're bigger than what they were before they were. So one time there's this guy that sent my fiance a picture of himself shirtless. So I just said, Bobby, let's go. And I snapped my fingers and him and Matt. And the next thing you know, outside behind the dealership, I was just taking pictures of Bobby shirtless.
How did that get him back?
I don't know. We just sent him a picture of you, but he never texted her again after that.
Oh, yeah, because he was intimidated. I don't remember that. I mean, that was a good plan. I thought we went and fought him. But we just went out and back. You went like this, and we went out and back and took a picture of me.
You're like, Bobby. I'm like, Bobby, let's go. We got to take your shirt off and take a picture of you. And you just, okay.
Huh. Yeah, well, at least it worked. Whatever. He never texted again.
He didn't. Got him.
But, yeah, so blood red. Blue is good. White signifies heaven, good. Blue's good. Just no blood colors. Something that signifies you're getting hurt. I said signifies twice. That's a big word for me.
It is. 3 syllables.
Yeah, thanks. How many syllables?
3. 5. Yeah.
And then so that's, it affects me because I have to wear white socks underneath. If I wear dress socks, I have to wear white socks underneath my dress socks because I can't wear just black or red. That'd be dumb. You can't have red or black touching your feet because that's blood or signifies not good.
Signifies.
I said it again.
Yeah. So obsession symptoms. Do you ever have any?
Coffee's not good.
Fear of contaminations of dirt. I think
It's not bad. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm just joking. What?
Do you have fear of like contamination or dirt?
Nope.
Nothing.
I'm dirty. I don't know if it's depression. Well, not depression because I've been doing this for a long time. I pee in a bottle, in the bed, so I won't get up when I lay down at 11 o'clock. I pee in a bottle. So it's nothing to do with dirtiness because I pee in a bottle. I have to put ant things that catch ants by my bed. My wife's yelling at me. Yeah.
But you got like this nice, beautiful house.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll screw it up. I'll dirty it up.
All right.
Yeah.
So aggressive or horrific thoughts about losing control.
Yeah.
What about like harming yourself or others? Do you have like anxiety about that?
No.
Like, 'cause I always have one like, what if I like drop the baby type stuff?
You don't have a baby.
What if I drop it?
If you do have one, you drop it.
Yeah,
Here's what you do. You don't say nothing. You call me. I know a guy. My brother-in-law's a doctor. We can figure it out. Don't talk about this on camera.
All right.
But yeah, I don't want to hurt it. No, it's not even about that. Like, I do have like dreams. Like, that's why I won't text and drive ever. One time I did, and I was like, there was a guy like on a bike, and I hit. No, I didn't. But I'm like, shoot, that could have been me. But I do that. But that has nothing to do with OCD. No, I don't want to hurt it. I mean, I'm happy. It just affects your life. It sucks because it takes me 40 minutes to shower when it should take 10.
Because like you told me
I have to go in and out of the tub, in and out of the tub. I used to have to twirl around. I used to have to do 7 twirls before I got out of the shower. And I always have to step with my left foot out of the shower.
You did that when we worked together. You would literally, with your feet, you would take 3 steps with your left foot and then start walking.
Yeah, and that's what sucks.
You couldn't
about,
step on any cracks.
Cracks. Well, yeah, I had to get rid of that one because there's a lot of cracks. Like you can't. I'm bunny hopping and I'm hopping for 17 steps at Kennywood, and people think I'm something wrong with
Part of the attraction.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, good job. When did you get that?" I'm like, "No, I'm just hopping. I'm not doing this on purpose." People throw money at me and shit. It's awesome.
You got a career in hopping after this.
I say that's what they say.
Do you ever have any? You don't have to talk about this, but one of the things that comes up is unpleasant sexual images.
I don't know what that means. Like, do I think of women with 2 vaginas or something?
I don't know. Remember that time you had that dream about me?
That wasn't unpleasant. And number 2, don't ask that question. I don't like, that's stupid. I don't even know what it means. Like I got in a bad position? Like
yeah.
The reverse cowgirl got messed up?
I guess.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
She has 2 buttholes.
I don't know, man.
We might cut the butthole part.
Yeah, I think no, don't. We'll go to commercial. Today's episode is brought to you by the Bus Junkyard. Just go up to the bus and find it.
As people don't know that.
Yeah, they don't know that, but his dad had a bus with a bunch of stuff in it.
My dad, he's a welding fabricator, so he'd always have parts to stuff. So when we were a kid, he'd be like, go down in the back of the old bus, get the alternator out for the 1983 Omni, and come up, we're going to sell it to Dale.
And he would be like, hey, there's no way I'm going to find it. He goes up, 3rd seat. He's like, there it is. Yeah, 79 alternator for the Dale.
Yeah.
Shackleford.
All right. As with obsessions, compulsives usually have these things. Washing and cleaning, we talked about that.
No.
Nothing like that.
Definitely not cleaning things.
What about checking? So, like, you just check things over and over again, like the oven, to make sure it's not turned on.
Yeah, I mean, that one's not as bad as the locking the door one at night.
Okay, just checking to make sure the door's...
I have a weird washing one, but I don't think we should talk about that. But I do have...
okay. Is that back to the unpleasant?
Yeah. My butt, I always have to do like what do you call it, a bidet?
Yeah, we'll skip this. Yeah. All right, what about counting?
I can count, yep.
Yeah, good for you.
Thanks.
How high?
Pretty high.
Cool.
I don't know. I never stopped.
Right.
What do you mean counting what?
So this is something you used to. I would come out.
Oh, I use numbers a lot, like 4. Like I have to get 1 of us. I do that. Yeah.
Yeah, you used to.
That makes sense.
How's your chewing on your knuckle?
It got better, and then like all these knuckles are good, and then this one's still.
So your pointer knuckle on your right hand, you used to chew it, and then I would look at you, and you'd be out on the lot walking around with your 2 fingers up in the air, and you'd be shaking it like this, like you were counting.
Well, and I still do that before when people say. But this actually, like this knuckle, I've been chewing it for so long, I can like light it on fire, and I don't feel anything. But is that okay to do that on the team? But like the smell of the skin burning gets to like my wife, so I can actually just burn my hand, and yeah, it tastes better when
these
you
things
cook
are
it.
funny.
It's like anything. Well, it's not funny, but no one wants to eat raw knuckle. You got to cook it a little.
Yeah, you can't have a raw knuckle sandwich.
Yeah, you want a sandwich? You want a raw hot dog? No, do you want a raw knuckle?
So you don't follow a strict routine. That's something that comes up.
Well, there is routines technically. Like when I get up, I have to shower a certain way. I have to put the toothpaste 3 times. Brush. I have to. Yeah, there is definitely routines every day. I have to do this. When I get up, do this. Before I go to bed, I put on a new shirt. I do this, and yeah, it takes me 10 minutes to put a shirt on.
Yeah,
because I have to look at my tag. Yeah,
we were supposed to start shooting here at 1, and it's now 2:38, and we finally got shooting at like 15:15. So just because
is that just you bitching or what?
No.
What does that have to do with anything?
Context for the audience.
Oh.
Yeah, it took you a long time.
That's a dentist's favorite time, 2:30.
2:30.
So what happened?
You were late. That's what happened.
Yeah, but I just slept in because I've been like maybe down a little bit.
So Bobby,
yesterday was a good day though.
Yeah, yesterday was great.
We went on a walk.
Yeah, Bob's been going through some tough things. So yesterday we went and took the dog and went for a walk in the woods.
Yeah,
maybe
I mean, family's good, yeah. God's good, everything's good. It's just work-wise, and I've been like, if you're out of work, like I quit my job for a little bit, and it's like, man, it sucks. Yeah, like what to do all day, and it's like depressing. So now I'm sleeping in. But we took a walk. We went to Jersey, and we went to where'd we go? Yellow Creek.
Yeah,
and saw some amazing things.
There's really cool like amphitheater just out in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, my wife knew about that.
Did she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think she performed there.
Ooh, good for her. But do you try to replace a bad thought with a good thought? Do you try to do that? It sounds like
Replace a bad thought with a good thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like in what manner would you say it? Like how? Like I might get stabbed, but I hope I get some bubble gum.
Yeah, like I might get stabbed, but I might not. Yeah, maybe.
Like I might not.
But
I'll start using that.
There's a type of therapy. It's called thought replacement therapy.
Okay.
Like for me, I'll constantly like call myself an idiot. I'll just be sitting there like, you fucking idiot. And now what I decided to do was just instead of saying something positive about myself, I just like, no, you're not an idiot. Even though I am.
Well, that is something positive.
Yeah.
You're not an idiot.
It's like you stupid.
You have so low self-esteem?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody does at some points. But it's instead of like, I'll be like, you idiot, and then it's like, all right, asshole, you're not an idiot.
Yeah.
I
guess I try to overcome it. Like, I'm like my mother and father-in-law wanted to take the kids today to Del Grosso's, that little amusement park, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I couldn't let them go. And it's sad because I have no control. I fear the drive there. I fear them being there without me. I fear it. So then it causes, and then they know by now, I hope my in-laws are like, hey, they don't take it personal. It's just something I couldn't let happen because maybe it's a control thing too to a certain point. I don't know.
It sounds like that. I'm here to ask these questions and put this stuff out there. I'm not here to answer them. I'm not an expert in it.
You're not a doctor.
No, I'm not a doctor. But I have people like that. A friend of mine always has to drive. Just he doesn't matter what's going on. He always has to drive just to make sure
he's in control. Yep.
Yeah. Have you picked up on any patterns? Your OCD? Do you have any like common triggers that we haven't really talked about yet?
Like things that will make me go into OCD mode?
Yeah.
I think a lot of things when I'll just be sitting around and I'm bored and I'll think about my mom, the cancer, and how it all happened. I'll start getting crazy. I think when I'm just sitting by, a lot of it's when I'm alone and there's no one there to like, I'm a people person. Like I always have to have people around.
Yeah.
So when I'm by myself, I'll think of certain things like, oh shit. Here's the stuff I think about at night, just to show you how bad my OCD is, or maybe a lot of people's. Like, what if the Earth just quits going gravitational pull and we just blow up?
So what if
we just go around?
So what if does that? What if it does?
Then we're done. What if?
So what? So
I know I can't help it.
No. Stick with me here.
Okay.
So what if we are done? Then what?
It's not good.
And then
my kids, my wife, you know what I mean? Well, then I don't know. I guess I can't. That's what I'm saying. Like I can't control it, right?
Yeah.
I'm constantly worried about, did I lock the door? Is someone coming in? Will someone do this? It just can't, like, I can't fall asleep till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning because I'm always worried about what if. And I look outside, I open my window at 3 a.m. and go, get out of there, bear. I'm not really yelling at a bear. I just want to make sure no one's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you do that?
Yeah. I read this story.
You do?
There's a little kid, a little autistic kid, learned he was trying to he saw somebody that was attacked by a dog one time. Mm-hmm. So now instead of asking his dad whether he's safe or not, he would say, no dog's dead, and he does it over and over again just to ask if he's safe. Yeah.
Clear to light, like adulthood, or just in his childhood?
Up until he realized like
it's okay. Yeah. Like dog, that one time it happened.
That dog, yeah. Has there been a time whenever you overcame some of your OCD? Like I know there is. You said you stopped with the knuckle thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I can overcome it sometimes. Like I don't know if I just switch it. Maybe I just switch it for another one more than overcoming. I do stop doing certain ones.
Okay.
But I'll pick up another one. So yeah, I can lose them.
Okay.
I really do. Like looking at the bottom of a pop can. I did that forever. I had to look at the date. Not that I was worried about drinking a Coke can that was a month out of date. I just always have to look at it. And then I stopped doing that. Now I'll probably start doing it.
I'm worried about that.
No, that's all right. No. Right. And then my towel, when I dry, I have to go 14 times front, back with my towel, and then 3 more times for 17. 17's a good number. 7's a good number. So
why?
Yeah. Well, because like I told you, I think we were talking a little bit yesterday. Yeah, 5 was in my family. 4 is bad.
Because you lost one.
Because I lost my mom. So 4, and there's 5 in my family. Now 5 and 2 is 7. 7's a good number because my in-laws or my dad and my sister. There's no way to explain the number system.
I understand.
But 4 is bad. 13, obviously. That's just we're grown to know 13's a bad number. Yeah. And but yeah, I can overcome them. But then I just pick up some dumb shit other ones.
What do you think about a person with an extra finger then?
They should move away from me.
All right.
Why? Who's the extra finger?
I don't know. I'm just figuring you have 5 and 6.
Oh, like 6? Yeah, that'd be
6 and
6 is bad, but it ain't the worst number to me, I guess. Like, because you 5, you
that
can
only
add
been
1.
11. I was thinking that was 13. Sorry, I touched you.
Yeah. You hit me there. Don't touch me with that color. Okay, good.
All right. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a break, kind of recollect a little bit, and want to talk about some treatments and stuff like that on the other half.
Do you want me to do the weather?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome back, guys. How's it going, Bengal? And girls, sorry. The weather's looking good today. There's a 50% chance of rain. 80 to 90 or 70 to 80. Just 70 to 90 degrees for next week.
What about the rain?
Good rain. 50% chance.
Mm-hmm. We're back. All right. So coming back, I had to take a little break. What did you think of doing that? How do you feel about like seeing this like publicly, like anybody could watch it?
That's awesome.
You like that?
Yeah.
Do you want to actually like? I mean, one of the cool things about doing this is that, like I said earlier, there's so many people that think, "Oh, I have OCD," and it's like after talking to you, it's like, "Oh, you don't have OCD. Your radio has to be on 5."
Right.
You know,
That's a lot of people come up to me. They'll say that after I tell them.
Yeah.
Because they'll see me, like one time I worked at Fire Mountain. Remember that place?
Oh, yeah.
And every time I had to leave the dishwashing area, I had to look in the mirror. And this guy comes up to me and he's like, "Boy, you really like yourself, man. You're always looking in the mirror." And I'm like, "No, dude, it's OCD.
Yeah.
I really don't have to look at myself in the mirror every day."
What do you think we should name this episode? Like title it?
DCO.
I was gonna call it OCDC.
OCDC, yeah. Caught.
Pretty good.
We call it caught, yeah. OCDC, yeah.
What if you're dyslexic with OCD?
Share on the likes and hit the subscribe button if you have OCD. We do that?
Actually, please do
People
it if you
subscribe?
don't too.
Yeah, if you don't have OCD, subscribe too.
Yeah.
If you're new to this channel, if you're not related to Mingle.
Yeah, which out of my fucking 53 followers, 48 of them are all Mingles.
Let's get some more. Let's get some people that aren't a Mingle and subscribe.
Yes.
He's going to give away a iPhone if we hit 1 million subscribers.
Yeah, I'll give away 2 iPhones if we hit 1 million subscribers.
And one of them we new.
Yeah, the other one's going to be my old work phone.
iPhone 3. The prototype. Siri.
All right. Steps to help diagnose obsessive compulsive disorder. So like I said, you may or may not have it, but the first thing you want to do is do a psychological evaluation. Have you gone to a psychiatrist?
Yeah.
You got that stuff checked out?
Yeah.
What did you think about the experience?
Well, I said, I think I'm crazy. And he goes, "No, I can fix crazy." And I said, "Oh." But therapists, I don't know if you go or not.
Yeah.
There's good ones and bad ones.
Yeah.
And I think I had one, not a bad therapist. I think that you have to be like in that field, like, what do you call it? Specifically an OCD therapist, I think, because the one I went to is very broad, like, "Hey, you eat poop. Oh, you have to wash your hands a lot. Oh," you know what I mean? I think you need one that's like knows about OCD. So I would like to go to one that's like in that field as a specialist, and I never have.
Yeah. Do you know the difference, like, between a psychologist, a therapist, a psychiatrist, all that sort of? See, and that's
they're all to me the same thing. They sit you down and talk.
They're not. And part of finding the right therapist, a lot of that work is on you too. You have to actually find the right one.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you shit.
I agree.
I'm just telling like people that are listening, like everybody's
Yeah.
like, "Well, my doctor didn't do anything." It's like, well, if you didn't like that doctor, go back. Like, if you go to one doctor and the doctor, you think he's an asshole, he might be. If you go to 2 and you think they're both assholes,
Might be you.
Yeah, by the third one, like,
Yeah.
you might want to reflect a little bit.
Yeah.
You might want to look at both your ears in the mirror at one time and say, "Hey, it might be me."
Yeah, I mean, you gotta look at the common denominator. If it's your like 19 people, and that's with my job last time, and this guy I worked for, I'm like, well, 19,000 people don't like him, and so I said, "Okay, I'm done." Well, they fired me because apparently my attitude.
That'll do it. You ought to have. All right, so diagnostic challenges. It's sometimes hard to diagnose OCD because of symptoms that are closely related. Borderline personality, anxiety disorders, depression, schizophrenia, or other mental health disorders. It's possible to have OCD and a separate mental health disorder at the same time. So, like, we've been talking about you going lately having possibly depression.
Yeah, mine's like depression, like recently, but I don't.
Situational depression might not be diagnosable.
That's not
depression.
like constant. Like I told you about that TikTok I watched. This lady's all happy, and she's dancing. Then 12 hours later, she hung herself. I get it. Like, you mask stuff, but I'm not. I'm a happy person. I'm not.
You can be a happy person with depression, though.
Right. And that's why I just now come to realize you can be happy but still be depressed. And everyone goes, oh, well, Jones is funny and laughing all the time. And yeah, but it still hits me too. But I don't think I have any of those other ones. The anxiety, obviously, and the OCD, yeah. I don't think I'm
I think
schizo,
the anxiety
but
is because of
the OCD.
Yeah.
And I think those are hand in hand. I mean, OCD and anxiety are pretty much go hand in hand.
Sure.
I think anxiety is part of OCD.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Attention deficit, too. I didn't read anything about that, but
What'd you say?
Attention deficit disorder.
What? Oh,
ADD.
Yeah. That's a joke. Thank you.
He's a kidder. But some of the two main treatments for OCD are psychotherapy. And that's a scary word for people.
Psychotherapy?
Psychotherapy. It
is.
Literally just means therapy, but you throw the word psycho in there and people get scared of it.
Yeah, that is kind of psycho.
Yeah, when you say
it almost means like you're going to hook like things up to my nipples and shock me.
Well, they do.
That's what I think of. They do still do that.
Yeah,
I
have a garage outside. I have a battery charger and jumper cables. Put them on both sides. Lick them.
I'll try it twice.
Hook them nips up, man.
You go first. I'll do it.
All right, cognitive CBT is cognitive behavioral therapy. So literally just talk therapy.
CBD. What is it?
CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. It's a type of psychotherapy, effective with many people with OCD. Exposure and response prevention. A part of cognitive therapy involves exposing you to things over and over again, a feared object or obsessions, and then you learn ways to replace those replace the rituals.
Well, I mean, that sounds like if you're scared of snakes, they give you a snake and you touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know how with OCD. Maybe they could say, okay, they say a word I don't like, and then they're like, you can't touch that.
Yeah, so
even though you want it. Yeah. See, yeah, when you say that word, like, okay, now, what if I couldn't do that in the air right there to fix everything? See that? What
so
I just
that
did
right there just fixed everything.
Everything.
Wish I had one of those magic tools. I might get OCD.
All you have to do is right in the air, and you're fixed. So people don't understand that I'm pretty much like a superhero. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can see where they could say, like, you'd say that word, and then you can't do your thing, and they're like, okay, this is how we're going to expose you to it, and you can't do your OCD shit, and you're going to have to just continue with life without doing it. But no, I'm going to do it regardless. And I wish there was a cure.
Yeah.
Or maybe there is a cure. I don't know, but I don't know how to do it.
Yeah. I think you count. That's how you cure it.
Right, but there's got to be something better than just here's medicine.
Well, and there are Prozac, Luvox, Paxil.
I've taken Prozac. It makes me like Prozac changes my personality and makes me tired and makes me. I'd rather have OCD than be on Prozac.
Well, and some people are like that, but it could
be different for other people, though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, because you don't want to eliminate people from taking these meds. Sometimes it happens.
Right.
What happens sometimes is people will take these meds and all of a sudden they'll get slowed down or they'll get energy, and they see it a lot with their kids. Like, well, my kid started taking medicine and started acting like an asshole. It's like, all right, your kid took the medicine, it took away the negatives, and your kid just is an asshole. You need to fix him from here.
Yeah. Your kid's always been an asshole. It's your fault. You just now.
I don't mean it like that.
Well, I mean, you raised an asshole, so you need to fix it now.
Yeah.
It's been masked. Oh, he has OCD or
the
he
mask's
has
off.
Tourette's, and no, your kid's an asshole.
Yeah. I strike every week on here. I like to call at least one kid an asshole.
Yeah, good call.
Thanks.
You young kids, Generation Z, you're assholes.
It's not true.
It's not true. What Generation Z?
17 and under.
What are we?
21. I think we're we're old millennials. Mm-hmm. So we're possibly
millennials.
We are millennials. Technically, by 81 and above is millennials.
We're not 81. Oh, you mean born?
Yeah.
I was born 78.
Were you that old? Mm-hmm. No shit. You're a Gen Xer.
Yeah.
You weren't born in 78. How old are you?
I got a license.
I don't need to say it.
4878. 46, I think.
All right, good for you. Mm-hmm. But so yeah, you're a Gen Xer. I was raised.
Thank you.
I was raised.
Thank you for letting me make it this long.
Millennial.
Good for you.
Millennial age, but I'm the youngest of 5. So like my oldest sister's like 17 years older than me. So I was almost raised by a baby boomer. My oldest sister's almost a boomer.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah,
your oldest sister was doing Atari, and you grew up with Nintendo.
Yeah, and slid into the PlayStation.
Yeah, but she remembers one button.
She almost didn't even get the Atari.
Why, something happened? She bad? Santa didn't bring her? What do you mean? What happened?
She was almost born before the Atari.
Oh, before Atari?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old is she?
I just said this.
72?
Yeah.
Like,
All right, suicide risk. Most antidepressants are generally safe, but the FDA requires that all antidepressants have the black box warning of suicide risk. Interaction with other substances, stopping antidepressants.
Wait, what would you say about suicide?
Whenever you take meds, there's a
Oh, yeah,
suicide
they could
risk.
always, of course.
Yeah, because one thing I've learned over the years about depression is when you're laying in bed and like thinking I can't go on, you're actually safer there than you are in the next step where you start to get a little bit of energy and come back. Because once you start to get that a little bit of energy and come back, you start to get the courage to actually do something stupid. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, actually, yeah.
Yeah, and it's and again, not doctors, but that's just the stuff I read. And then plus going through it myself, like that was like you lay in bed, it's like I don't want to get out, I don't even want to do anything. But then all of a sudden, life gets a little bit better, and you reflect and like, oh shit, my life isn't good, and that's when the dangerous stuff can occur.
Yeah. I agree, but I mean, my family's the most important. Yeah, it is, but I think how selfish. I would never.
No,
I say I would never, but I thought of, like, not thought about it, but you think about how, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. Like, I've never wanted to hurt myself because of it. And everyone goes through tough times.
Sure.
But I can see how people get in that. You know, by me being a little bit depressed lately, I can see how you get down and out, and you're like, this sucks, that sucks, and I can see how it goes that way.
Yeah. How old were you when you noticed your first like ritual?
People claim that I had rituals even before my mom, but they got real bad after, obviously.
Okay.
So maybe I played basketball, 6th grade. How old am I there? I failed third twice. I drove to school when I was in 5th grade. So, no, I think like 12.
Okay.
Probably like around there.
Have you noticed over the years like changes in your progress? Like, has it gotten better? Does it seem like every year it gets worse?
The more stress on your life, the worse it gets.
Okay.
So if I was a millionaire, I'd probably have a lot less OCD. I would still have it.
I guarantee that's not true. I bet because
I guarantee it'd be true, but I think it'd be less. I mean, I still would have OCD, but I think the more stress in your life.
So what's the least amount of money you've made in a year? As like even when you were like 16, 17?
Oh, least amount, probably 25, 30 grand.
Yeah, and you've made 5-6 times that in a year before, and you've had just as stressful.
Yeah, I guess it don't matter if you make 30 grand or 230 grand, but I'm just saying, like, what's going on in your life too, and not just money. I'm just saying, when my second was born and he was life flight to the hospital, my OCD was out of control.
Right.
And he was there for the first 5 months of his life. So I still think that things happening in your life do affect. The OCD don't go away.
Right.
But it definitely increases or decreases depending on how much anxiety is going on in your life.
Right. And money relieves a lot of those anxieties.
Right. That's what I meant.
If you were a multimillionaire, would you still work?
I'd have to.
Yeah, because like right now, you're
because
stressing.
Right now, because it makes. Yeah, I guess I see your point.
Yeah.
Are you trying to say I'm wrong?
I'm just trying to open your mind up a little bit to some of this.
I think that the more money you have helps you in
if I was a
life
millionaire,
and stress.
I would be less stressed too, but I'd still have problems because problems are relative.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot of rich people that hang. I mean, Robin Williams was rich.
Yeah, I was talking to this.
I like Robin Williams. I
loved him. Yeah, I was talking to this girl one time, and she was asking like, "What's going on with you?" And I told her, I was like, job, spouse, dad, sick, all this kind of stuff, and she's like. Give me like this comforting words and whatnot and being nice. And she says, and I asked her what's going on. She's like, oh, my boyfriend died in my arms, shot heroin and died in my arms. And I was like, are you kidding me? And she's like looked at me and she's like, listen, just because you have problems or just because someone has problems worse than you, don't dismiss your own problems. Take care of them and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, that makes sense.
Yeah. So she's saying like pretty much, hey, everyone has problems.
Yeah. Don't
dismiss yours because other people have worse.
Yeah.
That makes a good point. Yeah. And you never know what's going on in someone's life too. I mean, that's probably a different subject, different day, but
sure.
You know, I get mad because the lady's taking too long a Giant Eagle to check me out, but you know what I mean? You don't know what's going on in her life.
No, absolutely. What else? What else are we talking about? What's something you took out of this interview? Are you going to try to change anything? You're just going to try to do everything just the same as you are?
That's a deep question.
Yeah.
This segment's brought to you by Giant Eagle, by the way. I don't know. I don't think just doing this for a half hour, an hour, whatever, isn't going to probably change anything. I mean, but I'm learning from what you brought up. Like, I never even did that.
Yeah.
So even though I've gone to a therapist, I've never actually sat down and read like what I can do, what I can't do. But really, it doesn't tell you what you can do. There's no answers in there for OCD. It just says go see a therapist or a psychotherapist.
Yeah, but what do you think happens when you go to those people?
I don't know. You get a guy that maybe went to IUP and drank a lot and got a degree somehow, or you get someone that's good. I don't know.
You're just being contrarian now. You're just being difficult.
No, I'm just saying I'm sure there's good ones.
Yeah, I know, but
what can they do for me besides give me medicine?
That's why you go to them and see them. And a therapist doesn't prescribe medicine. Did you know that? That's a psychiatrist. That's the difference. So you go to don't give me that.
No, I didn't know the difference.
I'm just saying a psychologist is the one that does cognitive behavioral therapy, talk therapy, EMDR, any of that kind of stuff. Okay. Do you even know what EMDR is?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
What is it?
Erectile dysfunction medicine.
No, it's something to do with music and rhythm and stuff like that.
So a therapist does not give you medicine?
No, that's a psychiatrist.
Do you go talk to them both?
Yes.
Okay, so it looks like the therapist is the one that couldn't make it in school.
In med school.
Because they both do the same shit. One can prescribe you and the other can't. One can't. So you go talk to the therapist, like, yeah, my life sucks and I'm doing it. Yeah. Okay, let me write you a script. Oh, I can't.
Yeah, because medicine isn't the end-all, be-all. There's thought.
But I'd rather go to the person that spent a couple more years in school
and
how's it working out for psychiatrist.
How's it working out for you?
Nothing. I didn't go to either. Well, I went to one. I don't even know what it was. No, I don't even know what it was.
Yeah. So I'm just saying.
Was there three of them? A therapist, a
psychologist, a psychiatrist. Yeah, they're all different.
Psychologist. Okay.
There's a lot of overlap.
Who's the best? Psychologist?
None, because you need both of it. You can't just go and get it fixed.
Therapist is out. If you can't prescribe me even like heartburn medicine, I'm out.
Prescribe you a punch in the mouth.
Prescribe your face.
All right. So
got intense.
I know it did.
Sorry about that.
All right. Let's talk about something else. What's the has your compulsions ever got you in trouble somewhere? Like, has it ever got you in trouble? Work, marriage? Has it been something else?
No, I don't think it's. I mean, OCD can help you with I don't know, maybe obsessive compulsive. To me, it's more of like the things I do and the things like people say when I drank, 1 was too many, 30 wasn't enough. You know what I mean? Look what I wrote there.
Bus junk.
But that's my notes.
Yeah.
I think 1 was too many, 30 wasn't enough. So, with gambling or if like someone says, hey, take a hit of this weed or something, I think that with OCD, I think you can probably get consumed in it. But my OCD to me just affects me like my daily life. It doesn't you can't have a candy bar because you'll eat 30 because you have OCD. That's kind of, I don't feel like my OCD is to that.
Okay.
To answer your question.
No, that makes sense.
I made bad choices and, self, what do you call it, defecation?
Self-harm, something like that. Yeah. No, that's self-defecation.
Self-defecation, yeah. I've done that too, but has nothing to do with OCD and defecation.
I feel like if you're over 30 or under 10, you get like one defecation a year.
Yeah. My father-in-law said there's two kind of guys that shit themselves and liars.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But get back on point. I don't know, man. Like when I drank, I would drink to get drunk, like I would say. But me and you got drunk together before.
Yeah.
And it'd make me happy. My tics would go away. I call them tics. I don't even know if that's a word they would use or something.
That's something you throw around.
And I think that, and then maybe I'm self-medicating. I'm like, oh yeah, because my buddy, I have a friend that did that. He's an alcoholic and he's fixed now, I think. But he would say, this is my medicine, man. Like, I don't go to a doctor and they give me a pill. I just drink 40 beers before noon. And I'm like, well, that sounds fucking crazy. He drank 40 beers before noon. But he's like, that's my medicine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a new thing called transcranial magnetic stimulation.
Did you just look at that or you knew that?
Nah, it's right in front of me.
Say, what's the word again?
Transcranial magnetic stimulation.
Okay.
TMS.
Sounds like they shock you again with your nipples. Is that what it is?
Well, they do it with your brain, not your nipples.
Right, but they shock it?
Good news, doesn't require surgery.
Well, that's good. They're just going to shock. What? Huh? They don't have to open up your head?
No.
They just shock you?
If you don't mind, I'll go on.
Good.
Thank you. TMS doesn't require surgery. I already said that. It uses magnetic field stimulation to nerve in the cells of the brain to make symptoms of OCD better. During TMS, an electromagnetic coil is placed against your scalp near your forehead. The coil delivers a magnetic pulse that stimulates nerve cells in your brain. What do you feel about that?
Here's what I'll tell you about this. one time the therapist, this is, glad you brought this up. My wife will back this up 100%.
Yeah.
He goes, I sell these on the side. And I went, huh? He did say that. And I'm like, oh, shit. No one starts a conversation out with that and ends up good. I sell these on the side. I'm like, okay. So he gives me this thing with, I don't know, these 2 sponges, and you hook them up to your head.
It's like some Green Mile.
You wet them down, and you're supposed to put them on your head. You ever see this?
I saw it happen in the Green Mile. Remember when Percy didn't wet them and then his head fried off?
Yeah, but you got to wet them. Percy fucked up. So, screwed up. Sorry. If you're underage, 20. No offense.
Yeah.
So he gives me these things, like literally I have to wet these sponges down, and you put them on your head, you turn this, and it has like a little, like a Walkman on, and you turn it on, and it's supposed to like zap you. You don't feel, like you do feel it tingling, like head and shoulders kind of, and you're like, and I did it for like 3 weeks, and then I woke up, I'm like, what am I doing? What's wrong with you?
Did things get better?
No, he just sold me on the side.
It's like that ab machine that shocks your stomach.
Yeah, that don't work either. I buy all that shit. I was supposed to do this episode with no shirt on.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to take your shirt off? Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. So,
the FDA has approved DBS treatment also, deep brain stimulation. Sounds a lot the same. 18 and older. DBS involves implanting electrodes within certain areas of your brain. These electrodes produce electrical impulses that may help control. Kind of sounds like what your gypsy doctor was trying to sell you.
That's the thing. Like, and they were yellow sponges. You could buy it off him, the sponges, obviously. But it was like, he's like, it's $600.
It's a good sponge.
But you can give me payments. I'm like, okay. And I don't even know why I did it. Like, so I used to laugh, but then I did it.
Yeah, I know. I'm starting to think I figured out why your therapist didn't work out.
I'll put my shirt back.
Why?
I think that's weird. Is it weird?
No, leave it off.
Thanks. Yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to say. I think I went to the wrong, the therapist. No, can't write a prescription.
Where
but
did
he
you go
can
to the therapist? What town?
Give me a fucking Walkman and stick sponges on my head.
What town did you go to?
Indiana. No, Evansburg, actually.
Yeah, don't go.
He was in Evansburg.
Don't go to Evansburg.
And every time the wife would turn on the microwave, I'd piss myself and forgot who I was for a half hour. And I honestly thought, like, the TV go on, I'd feel like something was happening weird. And I quit doing it because it wasn't helping. I knew it wasn't going to help.
Gets kicked in the head by a mule.
Yeah, they go back. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was dumb shit. So I can see where they're thinking this, and I don't even know how proven that is. Does it actually help, or are they just saying it could help?
It's on the Mayo Clinic website, which is a pretty reputable. It's not like I'm.
What does mayonnaise have to do with this?
This is
Mayo Clinic.
This is on the Miracle Web website.
Miracle Web website. But that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, if it's real, like if it would help me, I would do it.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Does it say that it helps? Or they say they're still in early stages of doing it?
They didn't say anything.
Right.
But
so there you go. You look at
this.
It doesn't say anything.
If you want to get better, you have to research the stuff. Why don't you go to a psychiatrist or a psychologist and talk to them about that
therapist.
stuff?
I won't go to them.
It doesn't matter. You don't know what these words mean anyways.
Went to Harmony.
Yeah. How many people did you graduate with?
30. Had to date my cousin for like 8 months.
Really? What was his name?
He was all right, but things didn't work out. I really did graduate 30. They're graduating 12 kids this year at public school.
That's unbelievable.
It is.
Yeah. What else? What else can we talk about?
Well, I just feel like there's got to be I just wish like there was a cure. And I don't think they can cure it. I think that they can try and sell you sponges that shock your head, and I think they can do this, or you can read all this shit. But the problem is they can't fix it.
No, but they can make things better though. You can't fix anything. You can't fix an
I don't even know if it makes it better. I'm cold now.
All right, put your shirt back on.
But that was fun though.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they can't fix it. So what is... I don't know. Like the stuff you read on there, and it's great to say you go to this person and they'll shock you, and this person on that. But for everything I've read, is you're right. They give you some things to help you.
You haven't read anything about it.
I have read stuff about like.
All right.
No, what I'm saying is, a long time ago I read that they can not cure it, but they can maybe make your life a little bit better.
Well, would you like your life to be a little bit better?
Yeah, but the side effects, it's like those commercials, may cause constipation, might cause diarrhea, might cause this.
You know,
sometimes the side effects, yeah, I've had constipation and diarrhea.
Diarrhea is constipation because it's the first step in trying
I know, there's a wall and a little bit comes out and the other stuff's backed up.
Right.
I know a lot about that if you wanted to have a segment on that.
Did you ever... one of your worries, you ever worry about sitting on the toilet and a snake coming up and biting your butt?
At Blue Spruce Park, yeah, because there's a 10-foot hole that you just shit on, and there's a 10-foot hole, and then you get hurt. Can I smoke in here?
No, you can't smoke in here.
Oh.
All right. What else? What else can we talk about? I'm kind of liking this.
Me too. It's chicken soup for my heart.
Yeah, for your soul. It's chicken
Our next
soup for your
segment is
whole-
brought to you by
What do you think about
Campbell's
the
chicken soup.
Are you excited about the Steelers coming up this year?
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a good year. I feel like we have two good quarterbacks. I feel like Justin Fields will be in there by like week 3, and I think that we're week 8. No, it'll be earlier than that. And I think that that we're going to do well. And I guess our schedule is really hard. I just read an article that said the Steelers' schedule is really hard.
Yeah.
Like a really why did we get that? The Chiefs got like Homer City.
I don't know.
Like that's not fair.
I don't know.
I just feel like if on OCD, I wish there was a way of not spiritually fixing it, but like ways with no medicine,
But
not shocking your titties,
I wish there was a way to cure
shocking
that.
your head,
To cure that with diabetes too, but some people just need medication.
hit you with a fly swatter in the ass. What?
You can curb some of the effects of diabetes with diet. You can fix diabetes
True.
in some people with diet.
You can cure diabetes. No, you can't cure it. I guess, but you can.
You got to take
make it better.
medication.
Right.
It's the same thing. I'm just saying.
Well, no, diabetes and OCD aren't the same thing, but I know what you mean.
There's a correlation in
Between diabetes and OCD?
in theories of how you treat this stuff. That's all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the best, from what you're reading right now, if you're looking, what is the best way to cure OCD?
So I would do
Treatments.
I would do talk therapy, which is replacing behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
And I would talk about that stuff. And I don't know if medicine is the answer, but I think I would be put on some version of medicine. But I would explore some of this other stuff too. I would try, like I said, EMDR. I don't know, go try Reiki with one of those witch doctors that.
What's Reiki?
It's where you lay down, and usually this girl does these things with her hands. Not like massage, not like
happy ending.
But they like put energy into different things. But all I'm saying is,
I want to do that. That sounds good.
No, I'm saying that I would explore all this sort of stuff, and in it you would relieve a lot of these symptoms. That's all.
Well, I mean, I should try something because I mean it doesn't hurt to try, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know if some guy from Hillsdale, what's his name, Reiki?
No, Reiki. It's REAK.
Yeah, some girl rubbing. I mean, maybe there's a witch doctor in India or something that can help me too. I don't know, but I guess the whole point about this podcast was about OCD, and I think that I need to take a little bit more ambition to help myself stop.
That's what I'm getting at.
I think the laziness of
yeah,
it's there. I've dealt with it so long. You know, it's like being obese, or it's like being not too smart, or you don't shower a lot. You just got to take the steps to do it.
Reiki means universal life energy. It's an ancient healing method that manipulates energy flow in the body. So if you're into like Eastern medicine and stuff like that, don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that.
You would do that?
I tried it one time.
For what?
Reiki. No, I don't know. I would.
Would you try Reiki?
No.
No, exactly. So if you had any kind of disease, would you go do that?
I'll tell you what. If it was something that was like life threatening, yes.
Well, yeah. If I had cancer and they're like, you can't help you, I'd go because there's some places you go and they're like, we do that. Yeah, they're like, I got healed in Southern Europe because they had this guy that rubbed a stone on my balls. That's fine, but in this instance, I don't think that's real.
Well,
Reiki.
no,
if you look up Reiki, it's not real.
Right there, it says.
Okay, look up two-headed goats. They have that on the internet too, Mingle.
I do believe there's like energy forces and that sort of stuff out there in the world.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
they could heal my body?
Yeah, why not?
Or my brain?
Yeah.
Better than getting sponges on there.
Yeah.
I literally was walking around with sponges on my head, and my wife's like, what are you doing? And then he gave me a pack of like 30 extra sponges. So I'm walking around, and I'm not kidding. When the microwave be on, I'd feel like little and I'm like, and I'm a kind of funny guy. I'm like, that's kind of funny. And then I'm like, and then Bryce turned the TV on one day, and I went, whoop. And then I'm like, what was that? I'm like, do me a favor, turn the TV back off. I went, whoop. I could feel the TV going off, and I felt like a superhero for real. But I just didn't have any power.
That's what I'm saying.
There's OCD.
There's energies in the world. Is all.
Well, that's called from a microwave. They're called microwaves. Aren't they called microwaves? Microwaves.
All right, I think we're done here. You good? Do you want to talk about anything else?
Yeah.
Anything else coming up?
Yeah, because I'm pissed off.
All right, good. Do you want us to do this again?
It's a shitty way to end a podcast. talking about me and the microwave kicking on. It's true story.
I don't know. I have nothing left to say. So
no, but we will be doing a podcast in the future on current events, sports. I think we should do that.
Yeah, I mean, this was a dry run. I think we should probably do something again. Maybe have like a third guest so they can talk a little bit too.
Yeah, because I got kind of bored.
I don't know.
No, I didn't get bored. I actually had fun. This was very enjoyable. It's good to talk about it, but unless you've been through it, that's what I mean. I need to either, you know what would be good for me probably?
An OCD doctor with OCD.
Well, that would be amazing. Well, if he still has OCD, he's probably not a good doctor.
Well, you don't think that. Are you a good car salesman because you have OCD?
Yeah, but you're saying I'm not a car salesman with a car salesman problem. You're saying an OCD doctor with OCD.
How many cars do you own right now?
Well, I do have a car salesman. I do have a car problem because they took all my demos, but that's separate. I have your car. All right, you know what? I quit. People, as I always say, have a good day, have a good week.
All right, thanks, guys. Love you guys.
Thank you.
See you.
Rooster's Nest.